This is Secret America.
Welcome, everybody. I am Jack Danger, along with Jay Gatling, and another secretary has bit the dust. Jay, we have Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer. I'm never good with last names. How do you pronounce that name?
I think it's DeRemer or DeRemer.
It's got a hard R, apparently.
It doesn't matter, Jack. Not going to be working here anymore.
No. She apparently resigned today. Her tenure has been plagued by multiple scandals. There was an investigation into allegations that she was engaged in an extramarital affair with a member of her security team and accusations of inappropriate behavior like drinking on the job. So apparently she has had a lot of problems. And I got to say, I mean, Trump's picks have always been bad. He's always been bad at picking people. And I don't know why. I mean, maybe he's just it's one of two things. Either he's listening to the wrong people or he is a terrible judge of character, because I can tell you this. There's also allegations going around, and don't get me wrong, there was a lawsuit filed against this, but there's also allegations going around that Kash Patel's been drinking on the job, missing days, but there is a lawsuit. He has filed a lawsuit against the Atlantic for that. But I'd like to see the discovery on that and see how they found that out, because the Atlantic put out a statement, said they stand behind their journalism team and they're going to fight this lawsuit. So I'd like to see what they have that makes them believe this was going on.
Yeah, well, let's go first to the Labor Secretary. She was more of a Democrat. She was a Democrat. And I think she was more of a pick to appease the unions that backed President Trump during the campaign. Remember the Teamsters Union, their president, I forget his name, but he spoke at the Republican convention, didn't speak at the Democrat convention. And I think this was a bone throw to them as a Labor Secretary, because she was more pro-union.
You know who we need as Labor Secretary? Jimmy Hoffa. We need to go dig his ass up, bring him back, get him as Labor Secretary.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's under Giant Stadium, but actually, no, they could have looked, because they destroyed Giant Stadium. We never found them.
You'll get shit done, though.
But as far, why can't these people just keep it in their pants while they're doing these jobs? It's only a couple of years. Can you maybe just act like to the highest standard you're supposed to for a couple of years while you're doing these jobs? And if they're not, they should be removed, because they're supposed to be held to the highest standard possible. You can't just act normal. You can't not drink on the job. You can't have extramarital affairs, especially people in your staff on your staff.
Jay, were you aware that this is his third ousted secretary of his cabinet? Were you aware that all three of them were female? All three of them were women that are having the problems, not the men.
Well, I don't know what that says. I'm not going to say it out loud. Anyway, what I'll say is it's not unusual for there to be turnover in an administration. It's not.
In large positions, it is like high up. These are high up positions,
Yeah, no, I mean, cabinet members, you'll see here's what you don't want to happen. And Trump's been bad on the DOJ. We know that.
Yeah.
I think Kristi Noem as Secretary of Homeland Security. She
was good at her job.
I didn't think she was a bad pick. I thought she did a decent at her job. And I thought ICE was doing what we voted for, to be honest with you. While she, a lot of people, of course, don't like it because it looks ugly. Well, it's not going to be pleasant when you're trying to remove 10 million people from the country. You're going to, and they're not all going to go quietly. And on top of that, you're throwing the lunatics that the Democrats threw at every single ICE officer while they were trying to do a job. I didn't think Kristi Noem was doing a bad job. Now, her other indiscretions, that's what I'm talking about. Can you just keep it together?
It's more of her. I mean, I can understand the extramarital affair. That was part, but it was really more her husband than anything else. Don't get me wrong. She had problems. Hers were all, what do you call it? Allegations, not allegations, but rumors. Hers were rumors. But the shit that he did, that's what got her kicked out. I mean, that's what really got her, I mean, she had already been transferred, but I think it's because they knew about this.
I would think so, because again, I thought her last Senate hearing, was it great? No, but I didn't think it was, grounds for her dismissal. And I think what you're saying is true. I think they knew about all this other stuff. Like, you know what? We kind of have an excuse right now. People aren't quote unquote happy with her because of what's going on with ICE. Let's make a move. Okay, fine. Yeah. With this one, the Labor Secretary, again, you're just involved in, it seems like, too much stuff. It's just too much.
It doesn't make any sense.
And an inspector general, I think it's Desposito, he said he did an investigation and they're finding stuff that's legitimately, it's not just rumors. It looks like it's true. So goodbye. You got to go.
But she was also good at her job too.
What's that?
She was good at her job, believe it or not.
It seems like she was I never heard complaints about her. I never heard anybody saying she was doing a bad job. Now, Pam Bondi, different story. I don't think anybody is going to be, oh my God, I can't believe that President Trump fired. No, a lot of people have been calling for her dismissal for months now.
Well, she's the only one that was fired because of job performance.
That's what we think. Obviously, yes, we think that's true because there was nothing that's come out since she's been gone and said Pam Bondi was doing anything that was below the level or that would embarrass the administration. So it seems to be job related as it goes for Pam Bondi. So I don't know, Jack. We'll see. Listen, we know since it's President Trump's cabinet that there are going to be people coming for them 24/7, 365 because all the Democrats want are scalps. That's all they want.
You got to know that when you're being confirmed. So don't do stupid shit like this.
Oh, I 100% agree. But I think that the president is also very loyal to a fault sometimes. I thought he was loyal to a fault with Pam Bondi. We think he was loyal to a fault.
Yeah, I don't think he was loyal enough to Kristi Noem, though.
I could see what you're saying when it comes to Kristi Noem. I could see that. I think that, again, with Kristi Noem, they were looking for an excuse because they didn't like it's almost like the media pressure and the whole spin on the whole thing was just becoming too much for her to bear. And the president didn't want it anymore. And it does kind of fall on her to kind of be able to withstand that.
But she was doing, I mean, the ICE were doing exactly what we wanted them to do. And what I don't understand is why a president who's not worried about re-election bows to media pressures. Fuck the media.
I think it's midterm related. I think, Jack, after the midterms, and if the Republicans hold on to things,
you can kiss the midterms goodbye.
Well, I'm not saying that yet, and I'm not going to put that out there yet because I don't want people to stay home. I'm going to be
no. I want everybody needs to vote. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not going to say that yet.
They've got to do something, Jay.
Things can change.
They can't stand status quo. They cannot stand pat and win the midterms.
Well, hello, John Thune, and I think he's on our book. He's on our bookmark on our thumbnail today. John Thune, he's on our thumbnail.
You want to know why?
Thune, let's go. Bring it up.
I want to tell you why he's on the thumbnail today, actually, because give me 1 second. I want to pull this up because this, Jay, believe it or not. Okay, here it is right here. Believe it or not, Senate Majority Leader John Thune has reportedly refused to commit to getting back on the Save America Act after the budget and FISA are handled later this week. Thune says we may have, quote, other pressing stuff that's more important than election integrity per Punch Bowl. If we don't have other pressing stuff in front of us that has to get done, then we'll see about getting that going.
He's going to face enormous pressure. It's going to ramp up once again. The thing in the conflict, war in Iran, I'll call it a war just so everybody's happy.
It is a war. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, I'll call it a war so everybody's happy. It's covered. I don't want to. It's nonsense. I could care less what you call it. It is what it is. That has kind of blown. It kind of put the Save America Act on the back burner, and John
giving him a little cover. That's it.
Exactly. But we have to multitask here and get right back to maximum pressure on John Thune in the Senate. Scott Pressler has come out and said that he's giving him 10 more days, and if not, he's going to go down to Texas.
Don't get me started on Scott Pressler, please.
Well, listen, he is the one, Jack, who really kind of got this ball rolling on the Save America Act. That's a fact.
But
That's
you and I both know him personally.
Yeah, I don't know him personally. I met him once.
Well, we know him.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm going to say is, as far as Scott Pressler is concerned, he did get the Save America Act on the map. He absolutely did. He's been on it from minute one. He's been hitting John Thune every day for over 100 days.
I'll give him props. He does do stuff like that, but behind closed doors, man, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it behind closed doors. I don't want to speculate. I'm just talking about what he does in the open, and he does a lot of good things. And in this one, if this can get over, Scott Pressler is going to get credit for it, and he deserves it because he has been hitting this for over 100 days. And we have to keep following suit because this can't just go away. If this goes away, then what? 85% approval amongst voters, and we can't get our Senate, Democrat and Republican, to put this through. 85% of the population wants it. It's ridiculous. And John Thune, if he doesn't do it, John Thune's got to be removed. 5 senators have to come out and they need to remove him.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. That's why they're not going to do it, because that's why they're able to, use the Iran war as an excuse. They're able to use the FISA, the budget as an excuse. They're running out time. That's what they're doing. They're running out the clock until the midterms. That's all they're doing. I think they want the Democrats to win, if you want the truth, because if the Democrats win, they don't have to pass the SAVE Act anymore.
Correct. They don't have to do anything, Jack, except complain and act like act like the tough. They want to. It's a lot of Republicans. They are more comfortable being a controlled opposition where they can talk and bash the Democrats and know that it's not going to matter, but they could talk tough. They're never really going to have to pass anything. They're not going to be held responsible for anything that they do pass, but they can go out and they can fundraise and talk real tough and give us the whole Trey Gowdy and, who else has we've seen always talk tough. I'll even say I'll throw Jim Jordan in there. I like Jim Jordan most of the time.
No, he talks tough. Jordan, he doesn't do shit.
Right. A lot of talk. And it's like, the only one that I actually see talk and kind of do something and try to move the ball forward is Comer. I'll give him credit. I think Comer actually tries to move it forward. He gets stuff out of his committee. He refers stuff to the DOJ. He does. Now it's on the DOJ. So I'll give Comer credit there. He's not just seems to be all talk. They do the investigation and they actually refer things to the DOJ to investigate. That's what you're supposed to do. But Jim Jordan, why are no judges being impeached? You're the head of you're on judiciary. Why is that not happening? Judges are basically running the country right now. They're basically running President Trump's agenda into the ground. Everything the man does gets challenged, and there's a judge somewhere where Democrats judge shop or a court where Democrats judge shop, and it gets stopped. It's got to end. But what's Jim Jordan doing about it? I don't know.
It's nothing. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, I want it to get passed. Do I want it to get passed? Of course I do. Do I think they'll do it? No, they won't. They're running out the clock. That's the whole point of all of this. That's why they keep pushing it down the road, kicking the can, because they know, oh, you know what? All right, we'll give them another couple of weeks. Oh, you know what? We'll do this. 10 more days. It doesn't matter. What are you gonna do? You're gonna bark at them. You're gonna bark at them on X. You might even go get up in their face. When you see them for 50 seconds outside of Congress Hall, but it's not going to do anything. They have to want to do it. And the pressure has to be immense because behind closed doors, that pressure is far more than we can put on them right now.
Well, the pressure that we've put on them has gotten the Save America Act to where it is, because without the pressure, it was nowhere. It was dead. When the pressure got Mike Lee is probably the biggest hero so far in the Senate on this, because he's talking about it the most. The guy does X spaces at 10, 11 o'clock at night. He's done a bunch of them, and I think he's going to start to do them again now. So there are actually senators that are, Mike Lee, who's trying his hardest to get this through, to make sure that, hey, get to the talking filibuster. We got to get this done one way or another. This is not an option. Failure is not an option. But the immense pressure that people did put on by making phone calls, by writing emails, by going to see them at their offices or in their districts when they're home, has put the Save America Act front and center. So without that pressure, this was dead. Would have been dying on the vine, Jack. It never would have done anything. So it does work. It does work.
Technically, it is still dying on the vine, but at least it's where we might be able to force it over the line.
Correct.
I will say real quick though, the U.S. Senate has just confirmed a Trump judicial nominee, Andrew Davis, as federal U.S. District Judge for the Western District of Texas. He was confirmed 47-46, but at least he was confirmed. So that's another confirmation that can help cancel out the activist judges that we're talking about now. So at least they're doing something. I mean, for a while they had done nothing at all. You know,
they were on Easter break for the past 2 weeks until a few days ago. I mean, it's crazy.
It's been absolutely ridiculous.
And meanwhile, Jack, there's still technically a government shutdown on, TSA. And
how ridiculous
President
is
Trump,
that?
I mean, it's ridiculous. President Trump wrote an executive order to get the TSA paid, and he sent ICE to help the airports. And so far, what I'm hearing, airports are running pretty well. It's not like crazy anymore, which is good. But the Democrats, really they're holding up everything. They hold up everything.
I will say, though, President Trump just signed an executive order also to invoke the Defense Production Act, which because of the increasing energy prices, the order surges federal resources to the production of petroleum, liquefied natural gas, coal, and the power grid infrastructure. So hopefully that'll help, bring down some of the gas prices due to the Iran war. We'll see how that goes, but hopefully it does. I'm actually more excited about the executive order that he signed for psychedelics to be used for PTSD and addiction research. Because I can tell you right now, psychedelics, believe it or not, some of the more heavy psychedelics like DMT and stuff like that can actually be used to cure your addiction, not just mentally, but also physical withdrawal addiction. It can actually cure it. And I think it did to like 90% of people that have tried it so far in studies and clinical research have been cured by their addiction. It depends, obviously, on the addiction, but it depends on which addiction it is. But that he signed that for the addiction and for PTSD to help veterans also, help with that. But psychedelics are drugs, such as shrooms, LSD, acid, DMT, things like that, mescaline, anything that can help, that honestly, believe it or not, it helps with things. It's almost as if there's this one video I saw, Jay, where people were taking psychedelics, right? And they use this laser, those leveling lasers that you use in construction that just shoots like a straight green laser.
Yep.
If you take DMT and then you use this laser, and you got to do it at a certain, you have to take like a certain amount or whatever. But you can actually, it's almost as if you're in a simulation. Like you actually see code. I gotta show you this. I want to go ahead, Jay, talk for a second. I want to show you this thing that I saw about psychedelics.
So you're talking about ibogaine. That's like the main drug. I think the one that President Trump signed.
Yeah, that's the one that they're researching with. But I think DMT is better.
Well, I can give you a little rundown on what it does. I got this from Dr. Kat Lindley, and she put in a message. It causes an intense, long-lasting, often terrifying, quote, waking dream or hallucinogenic trip that typically lasts 4 to 8 hours, followed by a long introspective phase. It is known for inducing vivid, dreamlike visualizations, often eyes closed, autobiographical memory replays, and extreme emotional experiences, frequently described as a life review.
Well,
and it's very interesting. And she did say, let me just find it here.
Well, I got the video I want to show you in a second. It is incredible.
What did she say? She said she's in support. She says I support of psychedelics and research going forward because it shows
who doesn't?
promise.
I mean,
yeah. It shows promise.
But Jay, I want you to see this, okay? Because I think of DMT as the ultimate psychedelic, and I'm going to show you why. You ever heard people say that it feels like we're in a simulation? Like, you ever get deja vu and things like that, where it's almost as if you had seen this play out before?
Yep.
I want you to see this. This is somebody on Sean Ryan, and it is very, very interesting because this is 100%. People have actually done this. He did this himself, and he thought everybody was going to be crazy. So I want you to see this. I want everybody to check this out. I'm going to pull this up. We're going to play this, and it's about 3 minutes, 42 seconds long. So it's only 4 minutes long. Just listen. It'll blow your freaking mind. At first, you might think he's lying or might think it's a joke or some kind of, no. I want you to check this out. But first, before I show this video, I want to tell everybody, make sure that you guys go to maxassociates.etsy.com. I'm going to put up right now, I'm putting up the QR code in the top right. They are the absolute best when it comes to USA Pride gifts and patriotic apparel. I kid you not. Jay, you shop there too. We've told people this many times. They really are the best shop that you can get for USA Pride gifts. I mean, if you want something different, you don't want the same old crap that you see all the time. I mean, the I love USA or I love New York shirts or, USA Pride, you can get those anywhere. At Max Associates, though, you get the different stuff. Jay, tell them a little bit about it.
You'll get stuff that everybody will know where you stand. You won't, everybody, right? Not just you love the country. We love the country, but this will tell you why you love the country. So this stuff is really specific. It's great stuff. The price is fantastic. Anything over $20 is 20% off. Free shipping, anything over $20. It doesn't get better than that. Trust me.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys scan the QR code in the top right now to take you right to the website, or you can go to maxassociates.etsy.com. Okay, guys, I am going to show you this video now. Jay, it's going to blow your freaking mind. I promise you, man, because this is not a joke right here. What you're going to see is not something that where he's lying or playing any kind of prank on people. I want you guys to take a listen to this. It is absolutely insane. Let's get it going. If I can pull it up here. Here we go.
Or psychedelics, almost any psychedelic, I think. When you look at that, you can see, number one, you can see through the wall.
You can see through the wall.
You can see through the wall.
Where the laser is, or just through the wall?
Right where the laser is, you can see through the wall. You can even put it on your arm, and the code changes on your arm. If your arm gets in front of where the wall is, the code is completely different.
Are you what?
I didn't believe this. So this was viral on TikTok. Someone stole the TikTok video and reposted it on their X account. I saw this guy. His name is Danny Goller. And he's one of my good friends if you want to have him on.
I'm listening.
I'll put you guys in touch. So I see this video and I'm watching the behavior of the people observing everything to see if they're lying. Because I'm a behavioral expert. I'm looking for deception and lies and all this stuff all the time. They were all truthful. So I called my assistant. I said, get this guy, and wherever he is, fly him to my house or fly him where we can meet up somewhere. I want to try this out. So we flew to a place. We wound up flying to a place where DMT is not illegal. And we shine this thing on the wall. And I've never done DMT before until this day. And oh my God, that's a whole nother 3-hour podcast. But while you are in the DMT state, you get close to the wall and you can see code that looks kind of like alien writing, like you'd see, and then some that look like kanji, Japanese characters. But the thing is, when you're hallucinating something, like sometimes hallucinations change and warp and modify a little bit. This is permanent, solid. So like, and if you move your head, the code stays in the same place. And if you move the laser on the wall, like you take the laser level and scoot it up, different code reveals itself as the laser is moving.
Wow.
And then you get 2 or 3 people lined up and they all see the same thing. And I have looked into this quite a bit because I thought there's no way this could be true. But
I want to stop it there just for a second. What he's saying, this is how you know that it's not some kind of weird trip thing, okay? Because you take the DMT and it puts you on another level mentally to where you're able to see things you wouldn't normally be able to see. Now, if you're shining this laser, this DeWalt level laser at the wall, and you can see code on the wall, and if you put your hand in front of the laser that's in front, it's different code that you see on your hand. Now, if everybody that is tripping at the same time can see that, that tells you something, because when everybody's tripping, they have their own trips. They don't see everything that you're seeing. But if they can see the same code and everything when you're all taking the DMT, that should tell you something very interesting.
First time I saw it, I wept. I wept. There's a video of me watching it on YouTube. And it was just, you're seeing something, but you're left with no answers. Like the only thing you have coming out of that is like, what the hell did I just see? You know, it doesn't give you any more knowledge about anything. But the big thing is, why are we seeing code, and where is it coming from, and what is it made of? And why does everyone see the same exact characters if they're all looking at the same place?
Man, that is crazy.
That is absolutely insane. But it's also not a lie. This actually happened. It's happened multiple times. It's been documented, and you can see it. You can see it. There are videos of it on YouTube. His actual videos before he did it, Jay. The stuff that goes on. I mean, there are books out there that talk about us being in a simulation, talk about things that, you know, I mean, maybe the Matrix isn't that far-fetched.
Maybe not. I always talk about Hollywood, you know that, yeah. And how Hollywood puts things in movies so that when you say somebody says it might be real, you say, no, it's just a movie.
Exactly. No, it's insane. Like the aliens. They did that with the aliens for a long time. Oh, you see aliens? You must be crazy. You were abducted. You're insane. But now with the Matrix thing, oh no, man, that's a movie, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm looking at this now, Jack. Some of the stuff it says, a sense of encountering otherworldly intelligences or alternate dimensions, which many describe as more immersive than longer-acting psychedelics with DMT. Jack, you think was this the stuff they were using during like these Artichoke or MK Ultra or stuff like?
No, they used LSD.
They just used LSD.
Yep, they used LSD during those particular experiments.
Okay, so this one that says compared to LSD, does it last longer or shorter? I'm looking right here.
It's not. It's stronger than LSD.
Okay, it's noted for its brevity compared to LSD, which is 8 to 12 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, it's
I'm
something, man.
It, but I'm not doing it.
You try that. You take DMT, you get you a DeWalt laser, and you tell me if you shoot it at the wall and you see the code that he's talking about, then you put your hand in front of the laser, see if it's different code.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit's nuts, man. See, people can't imagine that right now. They think, no, that's insanity. But when you're on DMT, you are on a different mental state. I'm not talking about, you know, like an insane kind of state. I'm talking about a state where you have heightened awareness, heightened everything, where you can see things that you wouldn't normally be able to see.
Is that why, like, when people took, I guess, certain drugs, and maybe before, you know, the 1800s and the Wild West, was that what, like, bark at the moon? What were they seeing?
No, those people were probably just nuts. Those people probably took, like, shrooms, you know, peyote. You know, they probably didn't know what it was.
Like opium or something?
Yeah. Well, opium makes you feel good, but shrooms, stuff like that makes you see shit that's not there. Okay, those are hallucinations. This is on a different level.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. As I said, I'm not trying it, but it's definitely interesting. Well, Jack, we'll tell you what, try it and put it at, that'll be a hell of a post on X.
Well, finding DMT is the hard part. That's the hard part.
Where could you possibly get it?
I know. I mean, it's easy to go downtown and buy crack, but where the hell are you going to find DMT? You know? Shit. Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
Now, too bad. See, it's too bad that this isn't induced by crack, because I could probably go right outside and buy some from the passing crackhead.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
No.
Yeah. So it's very interesting. It's and I would love to actually see it myself. I would love to be able to see it myself. Now, the thing is, it's hard to describe once you see it, because again, it's not something that anybody has ever seen visually. So that's why he says alien writing. He doesn't actually mean like aliens, writing. He just means like writing that is unfamiliar to anything that we know of.
Well, I got a neutral summary, Jack, real quick. It said it stands out among DMT. Among psychedelics for its potency, speed, and brevity, it can induce deeply meaningful or transformative subjective states for some users while being psychologically challenging and neutral for others. It has a low apparent addiction potential and limited evidence of lasting physical harm in healthy adults under controlled conditions. But
that's why he should have been. That's what he should have been using, Jay, right there. Forget Ibogaine. That sounds like it sounds like Rogaine for hair loss. He should have been using the DMT for research. You want to research DMT?
Well, a big Ogaine, is that what it is? A big Ogaine? Ibogaine?
Sounds like Rogaine.
Is it Ibogaine?
Yeah, it's Ibogaine.
Ibogaine.
Yep.
That's the one that the president. Why? Do we know why he specifically chose Ibogaine?
I've never even heard of that freaking thing before.
No, me either. Listen, this is all new to me. This
is Ibogaine.
You're not my lane. I don't know. I don't know.
It's ridiculous. DMT. Who the hell is Trump listening to? These people that are in his freaking ear, man. I tell you.
I'm thinking in this one, it's like RFK
No,
Jr.
Rogan was the one that said, "Hey, Rogan. My name's Rogan. It sounds like Rogaine, so you got to use Ibogaine." Now, I think that's where they got to Ibogaine, because it should have been DMT.
Rogan was at the White House. Yeah, when he signed the order, Rogan was at the White House. That's right.
Yeah, and he said, Rogan. My name sounds a lot like Rogaine, which rhymes with Ibogaine. Let's use Ibogaine. Should have used DMT.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Maybe DMT will be next. I don't know.
Should have been first. First, Jay.
We'll see. Listen, again, not my lane. I've never done a drug in my life, Jack.
Really?
No.
And you call yourself a cop?
What? Hello? That's why. What are you talking about? Randomly tested. I can't tell you how many times.
That's the problem right there. You could have never been a narcotics detective, because if you want to be a narcotics detective, you have narcotics. Narcotics has to be in your blood. You got to love it. You got to smell that shit. You got to taste it. You got to have narcotics in your blood if you want to be a narcotics detective. Otherwise, you can get the fuck out my car, go back to chasing bad checks.
No. I'm going to spell it out for Ibogaine, I believe, like that.
It's Ibogaine. It's Ibogaine.
Yeah, I just put it down there. No, I never did anything. But as far as being never.
Well, then you're just missing out. I'm not saying you want to be a drug addict, but I mean, trying something. You've never had an altered mind state before?
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow, man. No, I would love to see you trip on DMT. You've never been on any drug, tried DMT?
Yeah.
Man, that would be something to witness.
Yeah, let me just jump right into that. Like, you talk about diving into the deep end of the pool. Yeah, let me just go right there to a psychedelic that makes you see like aliens and stuff.
Man, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
but man,
awesome.
Honestly, I mean, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe you've never had. Have you ever been drunk?
Yeah, alcohol, sure.
Well, it's not the same thing, because drunk is, I hate alcohol, man. I don't know why. I mean, it just makes me feel like shit. I don't know why anybody drinks alcohol.
No, but, see, I never did it, Jack. It was when I was younger. In high school, I just never appealed to me to do anything. And then, of course, once I got out of high school, I knew what my career was going to be. Yeah. So I couldn't do anything.
Well, I got to say, it's a smart choice not to try it, because some people have addictive personalities, and the drugs, some of them are really strong. I mean, they're so good that it's hard to stop, and then before you know it, you're physically addicted, and that's the hard part, is the physical addiction.
Yeah, exactly. So I just never did, and now at this point, of course I could do whatever I want, but I just choose not to. I don't see why at my age to start messing around with that stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest though. My life's goal was to try every drug one time.
And how's that going?
I'm not going to mention how it's going on here, but that was my life's. I mean, when you have a life, when you have one life, right?
Yeah.
I want to try things. So one of my bucket lists was to try every drug once.
Even the most addictive?
Every drug one time. Now, I will say there are some drugs that I have not tried, have not been able to find, and I don't do it. I haven't done it in a long time. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since I've done even one drug. It's probably been years and years.
Yeah,
but,
let's stay on that path.
Well, I mean, drugs really don't appeal to me anymore. Hey. But I mean, when I'm, older, once I'm in my 50s or 60s or whatever, I would still like to finish my bucket list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, let's wait till the podcast, really takes off.
Yeah,
and then you won't want to. You'll say, I can't do it now. I can't ruin my show.
I'll do it on the weekends.
No,
I'll be a weekend warrior. That's what they used to call the cokeheads, the business cokeheads during the 1980s Miami drug wars. They called them weekend warriors. They wouldn't do shit during the week because they worked, but on the weekend, boy, they would snort an 8-ball in 5 minutes.
Don't worry, everybody. I'll keep Jack on the straight and narrow. Don't worry about it.
Hell no. You don't want to do drugs other than DMT.
Yeah.
If, under the supervision of a doctor, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in a rubber room under the supervision of a doctor.
Yeah. Only with Sean Ryan, right?
Oh God, no! Don't do that.
Oh God.
Oh, Jack, real quick. I don't know what you got. Real quick, Jack. Did you hear that Zohran Mamdani has no ambition to run for president?
You say he has no ambition to run?
No ambition. He doesn't want to be president. Did you hear that?
No, but he can't be anyway. So
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, what the hell is this guy talking about?
I think that's why he said that, because he knows. Well, wait a minute. Were either of his parents born in America? Either one?
I don't think so.
I'll tell you right now that the ruling that the Supreme Court has to do for birthright citizenship, and I'm going to tell you why. Everybody thinks that Obama, if he was born in Kenya, would not allow to be president. Under the interpretation of the Constitution, so far, that is wrong. You are a birthright citizen if one of your parents was born in America. Even if you were born in Kenya, you can still be president under the birthright citizenship laws based on the interpretation of the Supreme Court.
Well, okay. So, I mean, it says in the Constitution, natural born citizen, right? So,
you are a natural born citizen if one of your parents was, read it out loud.
Well, hold on. I'm just going to, let's clear up Mamdani real quick.
You find his parents, I'll find the Constitution thing.
Yeah. Okay. Go look at the Constitution. It says neither of Zohran Mamdani's parents were born in America. It says the father, he was born in Bombay, now Mumbai, India. And the mother, 1957, she was born in Odisha, India. So, no, neither of his parents. So, Zohran Mamdani has absolutely zero chance, we think, of ever being eligible to be president of the United States. But I don't think Kristen Welker, he was on with her, and I don't think she pushed back and said, well, it really doesn't matter if you want to be. You can't be.
So okay? Listen to this. No. But I want you to listen to this, okay? So here we go. So here is the text of the natural born citizen clause in the United States Constitution, okay? No person except a natural born citizen or a citizen of the United States at the time of the adoption of this Constitution shall be eligible to office of the president. Neither shall any person be eligible to office, yada, yada, yada. So basically, you have to be a natural born citizen, like you said. Here's what natural born citizen means. The Constitution does not explicitly define the phrase. The prevailing legal and scholarly consensus is that it means a person who is a U.S. citizen from the moment of birth, meaning no naturalization process is needed. That means two main categories. One, born in the United States. Two, born outside the United States to a U.S. citizen parent under certain conditions set by Congress, the parent meeting residency requirements in the U.S. before the birth. So that means you can be president if you were born outside the United States, as long as one of your parents is a U.S. citizen and had lived in the U.S. for a certain amount of time before you were born. Yes, you can be a president born outside the United States.
Now, is that how Ted Cruz was eligible?
Yes, that is how Ted Cruz, and that is also how Barack Obama, even had he been born in Kenya, would have been eligible.
Okay.
If one of his parents, actually, I think one of his parents was from
check Obama so we could be right on that. Just
let me be 100% sure.
Because I don't think people would have went as far as they did, saying he's not eligible if they thought that he was eligible, like Ted Cruz.
Well, let me look and see.
Because nobody ever argues about Ted
Nope.
Cruz.
Okay, so his father, Barack Obama Sr., was born in 1934 in the British colony of Kenya. It was British colony back then in the Nyanza province. Mother, Stanley, believe it or not, her name is Stanley, but they usually called her Ann by her middle name. Stanley Ann Dunham, born 1942 in Wichita, Kansas. Wichita, Kansas. So Barack Obama would have been eligible for presidency regardless.
So why did that become such a big deal?
Because because there was never because the Supreme Court never actually defined that legal phrase. So had his birth certificate said he was born in Kenya, there would have had to been a huge Supreme Court battle on that, and they would have had to have defined the phrase natural born citizen. These are the two frameworks. Right now, you can be a natural born citizen born outside the U.S. as long as one of your parents was born in the U.S., but the Supreme Court has not defined that. That's just the original framework. Now, if the Supreme Court say his birth certificate said he was born in Kenya, say somebody could prove he was born in Kenya, then the birthright natural born citizenship fight would have happened back then.
Okay. All right, because Paul is saying, yes, the mother has to be American. And in this case, Barack Obama's mother is American.
Yeah, so he would have been eligible regardless.
Wonderful.
Yep. Oh, by the way,
Jack,
Jay.
Wait, Jack, real quick, I promise.
Well, is this about Obama?
Yes. He was just in New York and Mamdani. He was just with Mamdani in New York City singing, indoctrinating kids in like preschool or elementary school, singing the Wheels on the Bus go round.
Oh, yeah,
and round.
I saw that crap.
Now, Jack, it's not the free and fair, the fast and free busing. It's the wheels on the bus are falling off.
No, yeah, up there in New York. Yeah, definitely. I do want to say, Jay, that I'm actually writing a book. Now, it's not about Obama, okay? Because he's Barack Obama. My guy is Barack Obama, okay? So it's not Barack Obama, okay? But my book is called By Design, the First Black President. And it's not about Barack Obama. It's about Barack Obama, okay? So just so everybody knows, and I really am writing that book. I've actually written 8 chapters already.
No, he is really.
And it's about what people think. It's an actual novel, not like some kind of set of facts or whatever, right? It's an actual novel that plays out like a movie, and it shows Barack Obama being born in Kenya. It shows his grandfather, Stanley Vail, not Stanley Dunham, Stanley Vail. It shows his grandfather, who's in the CIA, forging his birth certificate. It shows him grooming him as a child. And it has nothing to do with Barack Obama at all. It is about Barack Obama.
I love that name. Now, what's his middle name?
I think his middle name, let's see.
Think of one.
I got to think of one. I haven't thought of a middle name, I haven't thought of a middle name yet. I'll have to think about that. It's Hussein. That's what it is. It's going to be Barack Hussein or Obama. Not Barack Hussein Obama, Barack Hussein Obama.
Wait, what about insane?
That would be nice. But this is an actual novel, though. It's going to be awesome, man. It's not Barack Obama. It's Barack Obama. And it is, I'm telling you, it's going to be what people thought the first black, how people thought the first black president really became president. That's what this book is about.
The name, I can't get over the name, man.
You're going to love it.
What is it? Barack Obama.
Yeah, well, it's not, instead of Barack Obama, it's not Barack Obama. It's Barack Obama.
Obama. All right. I hear that, I think of Chewbacca.
Yeah. Well, I can't legally use Barack Obama's name. So I had to switch instead of, I had to switch the letters. It's not Barack Obama. It's Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. I love the name. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But I really actually am, for everybody out there, it's not a joke. I actually am writing that book. And the reason I have to change the names and stuff is because you can't use people's names without their permission unless it's 100% fiction, which this is fiction. But it's closely, I just don't want to get in trouble because this book is going to be really awesome, Jay. I promise.
I can't wait. And you're flying through it. How many more chapters you have?
Well, let's say I went through chapter 8. I wanted to be done by the end of April. So I'm going to be done by the end of this month regardless. And then I've already been shopping for a publisher and stuff. It's going to be really good, man. It's going to be an awesome book. And just so everybody knows, after this book, though, Jay, I'm going to be writing books. I'm going to be writing other books about other things that the way people think they happened. Not the way we can prove they happened, the way we think they happened, but it's going to be fiction, quote fiction.
All right. So, I mean, your next book has to be the moon landing.
No, my next book is going to be called, my next book is going to be called January 7th.
Okay. So you're going to do it about January. Okay.
It's going to be about January 7th.
That's good.
Not January 6th. It's going to be about January 7th.
No, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one to tackle for sure.
Yes. Thank you.
All
And it's not the, it's not the FBI, it's the GBI. That's who's going to be planting people.
What does that stand for?
Government Bureau of Investigations.
Okay, I thought it was it was going to be the gay GHAY.
No, I honestly don't know what the next one is going to be about, but it might be about the not the moon landings. It'll be the spoon landings. That's what it'll be. So because it's got to be fiction, Jay. I can't.
Cheese. It's a cheese landing.
There you go. Because it's got every name that I have has to either rhyme or have a different last name. So it's going to be instead of the moon landings, it'll be the spoon landings. But seriously though, the book is called By Design: The First Black President, and it's called By Design because we think the first black president was by design.
Absolutely. And I've seen the cover. The cover's awesome.
Thank you.
It's going to be really good when it comes out. Can't wait. And I hope it sells millions of copies.
I appreciate it, because if it does sell millions of copies, we're going to get us a production studio, man. We're going to get, you and I are going to get like an actual, we're going to have a lot of cool new equipment. I can promise you that.
There you go. I'm in. I'm ready. Let's go.
And we're going to have money for ads where our face is going to be on the sides of buses and shit, in Washington, D.C.
No, as long as it's on the side of fast and free buses.
Oh, yes. But it's also going to be on, what I'm going to do, though, is it's going to be on bus benches, but on the seat. With your picture is going to be with your mouth open. So that way people can sit on your face.
Perfect.
They can sit right on your face on the bench.
And have my tongue sticking out.
Yeah, see, definitely. That way they won't forget you, Jay. They'll say, hey, wasn't I tongued by that guy? They won't forget you,
No, never forget me that way.
See?
I mean, we have to do that. Absolutely.
That's what we're doing. As soon as we get enough money for ads, we're going to put your face on the seat of benches, with your tongue sticking out, so people can say,
as long as it gets people to watch, Jack, as long as it gets people to watch the show, it's fine. As long as it gets people to watch,
Oh, it will. It will get people to watch. Oh man, no. In all seriousness, though, people, there really is a book called By Design: The First Black President. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if it does sell good, which I hope it does, Jay and I really are going to get new equipment for both of us. Some of the good shit that you see on all the other podcasts. Somehow they got like rich parents or something. I don't know what it is. Oh goodness gracious!
Oh man.
We'll see what happens.
What do you have? What else? It's kind of, listen, it's not like a huge breaking news day. Like what else is going on? We know what's going on in Iran. We're waiting to see what happens. But what else is do you have?
Well, there's something good going on actually.
Let's hear it.
Apparently, Ken Paxton has filed a massive lawsuit against Act Blue for defrauding donors. For lying to donors, telling them they're donating for one thing and they're donating for another, or for having Smurfs and allowing them for long periods of time. But also, Act Blue was also deposed by the U.S. House in a different investigation, and the Act Blue employees pled the fifth, which is to stop in self-incrimination. They pled the fifth 146 times during these congressional depositions.
Interesting.
146.
Hey, see, we always said it's your constitutional right to do so. It was only when Donald Trump was getting questioned and Republicans got questioned that, hey, what do you got to do that for? If you're not hiding anything, you don't do that. Well, then I guess I can play the same game. If you're not hiding anything, why are you doing that?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But at the same time, if you are hiding something, it's a smart thing to do.
Oh, of course.
Plus,
Absolutely.
I might do it just to fuck with people. Maybe I don't know anything. Maybe I'm not part of it, but I plead the fifth just to fuck with you.
Listen,
I would do that.
The Fifth Amendment is there. You're entitled to use it. But
You
again,
are.
they
You are.
changed the rules, and they said if you're using the Fifth Amendment, it's because you're hiding something. I didn't make those rules up. They did.
But
So
technically, that is kind of why you would use it. That's really the only reason you would use it.
or you don't want to put anything out there that could be twisted or anything like that. That's true too. You know, you don't want to. You don't.
But it's really literally only to protect yourself from self-incrimination.
Listen, the burden is on the state. That's how it works here. The burden is on the state. You know, that's the way it works.
You know, it is what it is.
Listen, Ken Paxton is running against John Cornyn. Okay, something just came out about John Cornyn, Jack. I just actually put it up, and let me just tell you, John Cornyn has been basically, it seems, kind of corrupt since the beginning. I mean, John Cornyn.
We know he's go ahead.
I mean, perjury from when he was a judge. He had $1 million in public pension.
John Cornyn was a judge?
Yeah, apparently in the early 90s, John Cornyn was a judge.
How old is this man?
He's been around forever. They're talking probably that's 35, 36 years ago. So he's been around for a long time. You know how these people, Jack, it's a life for these people. It's not just public service for a couple of years. And then
the man was a judge 35 years ago. Imagine how old he must be now.
I'm going to tell you exactly how old John Cornyn is right now.
But Jay, while you're looking that up, I want to tell everybody this was a brilliant move by Ken Paxton. You are going to be fighting Act Blue, who is the donors for the Democrats. So if you're running against a Democrat and you've got a lawsuit on Act Blue, so they're not going to do anything stupid during your election because you got a lawsuit against them. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brilliant
100%.
move.
A brilliant move. That's why we love Ken Paxton.
He's fucking smart, man.
He certainly is. John Cornyn, Jack, is currently 74.
Damn.
He was born in Texas, in Houston. He served as a judge in two roles in Texas. Bexar County District Judge in 1984 at age 32, and served from 1985 to 1991. He is Associate Justice of the Texas Supreme Court. He was elected there in 1990, took office in 1991, served until 1997, reelected in 96, resigned to run for a Texas Attorney General. He served as
1984. He was a judge when he was 32. Imagine that. I wasn't even alive in 1984. I'm almost 40 years old.
1984. I was still. I was 11 years old, Jack, in 1984.
How incredible is that, man?
Incredible. That's the problem. I mean, it's these
Jay,
people. It's their life.
But you got to admit, the move by Ken Paxton is brilliant. You do the lawsuit now, and that means that they cannot make any of those shady moves during the election against you. They can't do it because you got a lawsuit out on them. They're being looked at from every angle. Now he just gave himself a fair election. It's brilliant.
We hope so. Absolutely. We hope that he has, because we need Ken Paxton.
Oh God, yes.
It's interesting. We haven't heard anything about who President Trump is going to endorse in that race, have we? That's kind of gone away.
No, we haven't. But why hasn't Ken Paxton been a judge?
I don't know.
That man needs to be a judge.
Was he? Let me see.
Well, let me tell you, if he doesn't win this race, say for some reason they make some kind of deal where Cornyn wins the race and whatever, I think he should make why don't he make Ken Paxton the freaking Attorney General?
Hard to get him confirmed.
Not a Ken Paxton. He can get in there. He can get in there.
He's
got the dirt. No, he's got the dirt on these people, man.
I'm sure. Yes.
Have you ever seen House of Cards?
Yes.
He's got the dirt on these mothers.
I know. It's still hard for him to get confirmed, Jack. You know how deep this sewer runs and how
it's horrible,
dirty these people are. So Ken Paxton, he's been a lawyer. He served in the Texas House. He served in the Texas Senate, and he's been Texas Attorney General since 2015. So no, he has never been a judge, according to what I found here.
Man.
Never been a judge in Texas, but he's been in politics since he was first a lawyer, practicing for 14 years in his law firm. Then he went to politics in 2003. If
anybody should be a judge, it's Ken Paxton.
Oh, well, this is the route he has chosen. Let's hope he becomes a senator. That would be a huge win.
Actually, you know what would be the biggest win in the world? If he becomes Attorney General. That would be the biggest. It would be much bigger than senator, because as Attorney General, he could dismantle the swamp himself.
I do think he'd be effective, but it's just I think that's the reason why I just don't think he ever gets near it, Jack. It's just the way it is. It sucks.
Want to hear something interesting?
Yeah, of course.
Now, this doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, though. So if you
we could move on. Go ahead.
Okay, because I'm sorry to move on, but this is beyond interesting. It's interesting. Okay. So the Daily Mail is reporting that apparently, you know how people say that the Noah's Ark is actually resting on top of a mountain in Turkey?
Uh-huh.
Okay, they said that they found Noah's Ark. And by the way, thank you, Rainey, for reminding me of this. President Trump, if you are listening, the people want Ken Paxton as Attorney General, okay? Ken Paxton, you have the dirt. Ken Paxton has the dirt. You guys could get him confirmed if you really, really want to. You've got the political clout right now. Use it. Ken Paxton can do everything you said you would do. He can clear out the swamp as the top law enforcement agent in the country. Okay, Jay, let me move on. Jay, guess what? Remember I told you about the how the people say, and actually it's almost been confirmed at this point, that the Noah's Ark matches the whole Bible thing and it rests on the mountain in Turkey, right? They found the Noah's Ark apparently. Well, get this. The Daily Mail is reporting that the Noah's Ark mystery has deepened as the underground tunnels that were found in the Turkey mountain match the Bible's blueprint. You're not going to believe this. This is incredible. Let me put this on. Let me pull this up on here, okay? I want to pull this up so everybody can see it. This is actually pretty incredible right here. So, okay. So let's see. Let's pull up this tab instead. Can we see this tab? Okay, good. So this is the Daily Mail right here. And apparently, man, look at all these ads, dude. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so hard to get through some of this stuff with the ads. I know.
It's ridiculous. Anyways, so apparently Andrew Jones, an independent researcher, and I'm pulling this up so you guys can see the picture. See where the ark is? After thousands of years, it's buried under trees and soil and all that. But you can see the shape of it right here.
Yeah,
there's underground tunnels. So get this, Jones. Actually, let me go back up to the top because I want to read this. You got Andrew Jones, an independent researcher with Noah's Ark scans, used ground-penetrating radar to uncover a network of corridors that converge on a hollow central chamber that he dubbed the atrium. Jones linked the discovery to the Bible's description of the Ark, which states the boat contained 3 internal levels built to shelter Noah, his family, and pairs of animals. God told Noah to bring the animals in, and so these animals would have stayed there, plus Noah and his family. Jones told GB News, what's interesting is that these voids are lining up below the ground, and they're not just random. These tunnels also follow a pattern. GPR is just the way, the GPR, which is the ground penetrating radar, is see, now I don't. Oh, it's a way to look below the soil using radar. He said he added further studies using infrared thermography, a heat sensing technology that can uncover hidden structures underground, have also suggested the presence of a ship-shaped hull buried deep in the soil. The amazing part is located just 18 miles south of Mount Ararat, Turkey's highest peak. I'm not going to try to pronounce the word formation, has only been known to the modern world for less than 100 years. According to local reports, heavy rains and earthquakes in May of 1948 washed away the surrounding mud, revealing this mysterious formation. And the Bible states that Noah's Ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat after a 150-day flood that drowned the earth and every living creature not sheltered inside the wooden vessel. What's intriguing is that the formation sits near a mountain with a peak that some believe matches the ark's shape and dimensions. According to biblical measurements, the ark was 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high, roughly 515 feet long, 86 feet wide, 52 feet tall. The idea that the yada, 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 let me just go past. I want to show you the pictures. So check this out. Here are the pictures. See how it looks like an ark right here, but then it's got the underground corridor. See 10 feet long right there, 9 feet long, and 14 feet long. I don't know if you can see that, but it's almost at the front of the ship or the back of the ship. Like the hull is right here and the back of the ship has these corridors for them. I mean, it's actually pretty amazing. Take a look at this. Let's see this real quick. See if it'll play it without 10,000 ads.
All right, we're going to shop now.
No, wonderful. Notice how it says BMW of Asheville? That's because, yes, I do live in Asheville.
All right, well, this is maxassociates.etsy.com. Forget about this ad.
I know. During this ad, go to maxassociates.etsy.com. You'll like it a hell of a lot more than the BMW of Asheville. I can promise you that.
Exactly.
They charge insane prices.
I'm seeing it. Is it 2024? All right, BMW of Asheville. Get lost. Let's go.
Ridiculous 2024.
Here we
Check
go.
this shit out. Look at this. This is a scan, like a 3D model of the ship, of the mountain where the ship formation is. Take a look at that. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. And that's it right there. You know, it's kind of like an oblong type shape, but man, that is cool. And it looks like look right here. Pause it. Does that not look like a ship?
It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah, here's the front. Then you got the bottom right here, and then it goes around just like a ship. That looks like a ship to me.
It does, yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Well, they said they're going to send robots. I'm just doing a little research while you were talking about it. They're going to send robots down there to try to go into these tunnels.
I would love to see it. Now, I'll tell you where I'm going to flip out, Jay. You know where I'm going to flip out?
Beautiful ladies loving it. Beautiful family. Jealous. Bride is the best day of your life.
Animal remains in those hulls. Hulls. If they find did any animals die on the ship? Probably not. They probably won't find any animal remains then.
No, it's been way too long. Everything would
I don't think they died on the ship anyway. I think they were saved by the ship. So I don't think they would have died either. But I will tell you, if they find any animal excrement in there, and that does petrify, like wood, if they can find any animal excrement in those corridors, that would be...
Well, yeah, I mean, if they can, I mean, of course there are skeptics to this, and there's, they don't think it's just a natural formation. They say a natural geological feature, likely a slip or a fold in sedimentary rock common in the area rather than petrified wood from a ship. It
looks like a ship to me.
I mean, yeah, it looks like the shape of a ship. Absolutely. I mean, could it be that a natural thing's formed as a shape of a ship? Of course it could. But it's pretty interesting. I'd like to see if they can get some robots down there to maybe check out these tunnels they think they found. That would be pretty cool.
Absolutely. I would love that. All right, guys, make sure you follow us on X, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Instagram, not TikTok, unless you're following Jay at Opinions Vary. Opinions Vary with an A. But X, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Instagram. It's all Secret America TV. We're live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, that's 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you watch us. You will not regret it. Also, make sure you go to maxassociates.etsy.com. I am putting up the QR code right there at the top right. Scan that QR code. Go check it out. They have the best USA Pride gifts and patriotic apparel out there. You will not be disappointed. I mean, you're talking 20% off any order of $20 or more. So anything you see there, it's $20 or more, automatically take 20% off of that. So whatever price you see, that's not the price. It's actually less than that and free shipping anywhere in the United States, Jay.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I ran a t-shirt company. You cannot beat that with 20% off and free shipping. Trust me, you're not going to get any better than that, especially for such cool apparel and on top of like mugs and so many other things you can get on there with so many cool things. Like I said, that'll speak to who you are. That's the whole thing. You'll find something on there that says, this is who I am and this is what I believe. And nobody can doubt it once they see you with it.
Absolutely. And it's fun representing things about yourself. Like I said, I bought the flag that's actually right out front of my house right now. It's the flag that says, support the country you live in or live in the country you support. And I love that flag. It's right in my front yard right now. And there's just so many things, one of the things I like is Americans over illegals or veterans over illegals. I love that stuff. I mean, there's just so much good stuff at that shop. Just make sure you check it out. maxassociates.etsy.com or just scan the QR code in the top right. Jay, before we go, do you have anything else you want to say? I mean, I think we had a pretty decent show today. It was weird because usually we have a lot more to talk about. I mean, it was still fun. We still had a lot to talk about, but usually there's a lot more. I mean, there's always a bunch of stuff going on, but today it's not like that. It's weird.
Which is fine. I'm not going to complain because like you said, every day it seems like it's one thing after another. Today seemed to go. So listen, day's not over yet, Jack, but it seemed to go pretty kind of routine today for whatever reason, other than, we had one cabinet member resigning, but nothing
Yeah,
crazy. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be able to talk about it, whether or not there were any talks in Iran. So now we're hearing that it might actually happen in Islamabad. We'll see. So let's find out.
All right. Yep, we will see. So we have solved all the problems we can for one day. For Jay Gatling, I am Jack Danger. Thank you for watching Secret America.
You've been listening to Secret America.